So we are out here today to finish a well liner. Brand new well we just dug right there. And we set, I believe, 47 foot of casing, and then somewhere around 58 foot we hit a mud seam. And we had an inspector here, so we were trying to do things a certain way, and in hindsight we could have pulled the casing out, but we already had to grout it, so that in turn made us have to put a liner in it. So we're here today to finish grouting in the liner, and our inspector is having to show up here today to make sure we do it. So what we're fixing to do here, I've got 3/4 inch PVC thin wall, and we're basically taking it and putting it down this gap right here. And you can tell what I like to do, because there's a boot at the bottom. I'll show you what the boot looks like. The boot goes down and seals. Well, sometimes the rock has a little bit of imperfections in it down there, so it doesn't quite seal all the way. It may have a vertical seam through the middle of it. So I will take pea gravel and pour some pea gravel down there, and then I'll pour sand on top of the pea gravel, and that will actually lock off and basically fill in any imperfections around the boot. And then I will put Portland cement, liquid Portland cement on that, and then pump it all the way to the top. So these are our trimming pipes here. Yeah, turn that one around. Yeah, I should have one here. Does that one got the cut on the end? All right, that one's gonna be our bottom one. The reason why we cut the bottom of it is if it's flat like this and you go down and you hit a coupling, then it's gonna stop on the coupling. If we cut it at an angle like this, then if it hits the coupling here, you just rotate it and then it slides off of it and you can keep pushing it down. I have already put one batch of cement in the well, so today we're here to fill it the rest of the way up. The reason why we can't fill it up all the way, because one bag of Portland weighs 94 pounds. It takes 3 to make a whole batch, plus 30 gallons of water. So you're at like 150 pounds of water and 300 pounds of cement. That's 450 pounds of weight that would be pushing on the packer itself, which is rubber, and then the weight of the cement. When cement cures, it actually gets hot. And I've seen other people do it where they fill it up all the way, and it actually takes this 4-inch liner here and it actually collapses it and squeezes it shut, because the heat from the cement makes the pipe pliable, and then the massive amount of weight will actually collapse the PVC. So we don't want to do that, and we do things slow and steady to where we don't have a situation where it basically ruins the entire well. If it did collapse, you'd have to cut it off, bring the drill rig back here, set it up on top of it with a wing bit, and go down and chew it all up, and basically re-drilling the well back out, and then you'd have to start from scratch again. So we don't do that. Hey, hold on a second, let me try something. What's preventing it from moving is this pin. So if I can move the pin up ever so slightly. All right, now should be able to move this back. Did it go in? Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start sliding this in now. Now it shouldn't take all of this. We should go down and we should hit something, because I've already put one batch in it. If it does take it, is that it? You're right there at a joint, so try to rotate it. Okay, I think that's the cement right there. I think, yep. No, you're right, that's cement. It should be, because I've already put 2 bags of cement in it, so theoretically that should be up 20 feet. Okay, try to pull that coupling loose. And don't let it smack you. We'll take our elbow here, put that on. So if you're anybody wondering, this is a packer. So these are 6 1/4 inch basically, and this goes down inside the 6-inch bore, and it seals against the sidewall. And then your 4-inch goes here and then goes all the way up, and we're basically filling the space around the outside of this with liquid cement from the bottom to the top. Yeah, that's perfect. And this is our mixer. Just mixes it up. Comes down the funnel here, goes into this portion, hydraulic motor, And then inside here is a auger pump, and it's just a stainless steel rod that kind of looks like a wine corkscrew, and it sits inside rubber, and it basically just corkscrews and it pushes the cement out and pushes it down. It'll build like 1500 psi pressure, but we don't want that because it'll blow off our line. That's kind of our jack leg safety. If it gets too much pressure, it'll pop that right off. Spark fire to this thing. Key on, choke on. That runs like a Honda. Now what we are expecting to see is water is eventually going to push out around that and come flowing out. Once the water's done pushing out, the cement coming up from the bottom will push it out, and then cement will actually start to come out. Because we're in North Carolina, the law is that we have to fill the entire void between the casing and the liner with cement grout from the bottom to the top. In Virginia, you only have to put one hopper down at the bottom and lock it in, and then you're done. But North Carolina requires you to do it the entirety of the way. Alright, well, we made the inspector happy, so now what we got to do is we got to pull the well pump out and cut the 4-inch off and hook it all back up, make it look normal. So that's what we're going to do now. You can tell some of the Portland around that came up, and then when we actually pulled the trimming pipe out, it made the level of the Portland go down about a foot, which is perfect because I got to cut the 4-inch down inside.
Hey, thanks for all the education the other day too. I feel like I know more about a well than 90% of the homeowners now.
That's what I try to do. I try to teach everybody. You gotta, if you understand your system, then you're better off.
And I'm a lot less to call you and go, hey, why is this blue thing and the red thing not working together?
That's right.
Cool, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a great day.
You too. Up and over. So the next thing I like to do, and I do this strictly because I like to do it, I'm going to take this bolt here, I'm going to drill a hole through both of them and connect them. And because it's a carriage bolt, it'll be flat on the inside, and we just basically do this. If something bad were to happen to this and I take this clamp off and it falls, it's gone. The well's trash. So now we've got all this liquid cement in there, we want to make sure it holds. So I'll put a bolt on there to where it can't move. Put a washer on, put a lock nut on. Now that we got our bolt in, we can go ahead and remove the clamp. Now we're going to take this and go down. Oh crap. That's funny. Okay, so now we're about to take this round saw blade here. We're going to go inside of this about 2.5, 3 inches down. That way the 6-inch well seal can sit down in the 6-inch. You won't even know that this pipe is there. Go ahead now. Now, because this is a 4-inch liner, we like to use 3-inch pumps inside the 4-inch liner. That way we know we have plenty of room and it makes extraction a whole lot easier. A 4-inch pump inside of a 4-inch pipe is really tough to deal with, especially when you talk about the wire guard. The wire guard will come up and catch every 20-foot joint of the 4-inch. So a lot of times we have to remove the wire guard and then wrap it with tape to get that extra little 1/4 or 1/2 of an inch. Now we went ahead and put some chlorine in the well. That way we sanitize everything. Like a glove. And all we gotta do is cut that and put an inline in it and hook our wires back up. Got it all completely redone. Wires hooked back up, pipe cut off, attached. Time to wrap it all up and go turn the power back on. Trying to get all the air out of it. Well, we're all done with this one. Heading to the next one. See y'all next time. So we're on our way to the second job of the day, and it is to put in a complete water line. If you have watched one of my videos in the past of you know, how to repair an underground water line, it is actually the exact same job. I believe that video was shot about 2 years ago, and I replaced about an 8-foot section of water line. And at that time I recommended that the whole line be done, but she just wanted me to do a repair. So here we are 2 years in the future, and she said go ahead and put in a brand new line. So that's what we're heading to do now.